IT Newsroom. I'm Carrie Schmelkin. We're at Cloud Expo 2011 in Santa Clara, California. I'm joined today by Vincent Veld from Interxion, Director of Marketing and Business Development. Vincent, welcome to the program.
Hi, Carrie. Thanks for having me.
Thank you. So we're going to start, tell us a little bit about Interxion, why you guys were founded, things like that.
Okay. So Interxion is Europe's leading provider of co-location services. We operate out of 11 countries in Europe and own 28 data centers across these 11 countries in Europe. We were founded back in 1998, and at the heart of our data centers, what's the common denominator across all these data centers, is that they are very well connected. So these data centers were built at the confluence of most of the fiber networks and routes, and they house all of the major internet exchanges in Europe. So it attracted historically a lot of the carriers and ISPs to exchange traffic and peer with each other in those data centers. What we've seen in the last 6 years is that asset, if you like, those data centers have then attracted a lot of the content and application providers to optimize the performance of their application content to the end user. So that's a bit of history of where we're coming from and how we've grown from one data center in Amsterdam to now 28 data centers across the whole of Europe.
That's great. So what brings you to Cloud Expo today?
Well, this is where it's happening. I mean, one of the major growth opportunities for us as a company derives from the new cloud delivery mechanisms. There's many different views on what cloud is and what it does to whom. But I think the common fact is that more and more cloud delivery mechanisms really need to reside and sit in scalable and well-powered data centers. Because the need to store data, to house applications and to deliver them performance-wise to the end user really requires people to go to third-party data centers like ours, which are well connected, which are highly scalable, which are powered, secure, and really allow people to put the mission-critical applications outside of their own premises.
So as a third-party data center, how do you guys distinguish yourselves in this marketplace? It's becoming increasingly competitive. So what makes you unique?
Well, first of all, I think that coverage we have in Europe is very unique. And it's a very compelling thing for the service providers, especially here from the US. So one of the reasons why we're here at Cloud Expo is that this is where the newest technologies are being developed, especially here on the West Coast in the US. And we see a lot of growth and demand coming from American service providers who look at Europe as really an opportunity. They want to bring their experiences, they want to build out their platform and expand into the European market. Not always though, they know where the opportunity lies. So, you know, when expanding, they probably go into one particular market and try and build a customer base inside that market. But where the next opportunity is and what other markets they will need to cover in the future in Europe is really going to be driven by the end customer demand. So what we can do via this one-stop shop solution, if you like, is that whatever they market they see as their opportunity, they can source and go there together with us, because we have the presence there, we have the data centers, we have the connectivity there, and also have a very thorough knowledge about that local market. So whatever customers are being targeted, we can help them go to market and explain them how this works in Europe.
Great. Now you guys have been in the market for over a decade, so tell us a little bit about how the industry has changed over the past couple of years.
Well, it's been a roller coaster, as they say.
Right.
I mean, look at the trajectory we've gone through as a company from one data center to now 28 data centers. So it's clear that the digitization of content and the increasing importance of IT in businesses has really driven, and also the way we consume applications and content as you and I as a consumer behind our laptop or our iPad or wherever we are, anytime, anywhere, we'd like to have access to the information we find important for ourselves. So that whole roller coaster, if you like, has led to more and more IT infrastructure deployment, more and more capacity required. Technology evolution has allowed people to do things much more efficient. So what you can store these days in one rack is a multiple of hundreds of what you could do 5 years ago, for example. So that evolution has been a very exciting roller coaster for us and has allowed us, to really grow as a company.
Great. So what's next for you guys?
So what's next is that we are really building out these data centers in Europe as true, we call them hybrid solution centers. So we see that the end customers, the enterprises, are really deciding at the moment and are planning on how they can migrate their do-it-yourself environment, if you like, and benefit from the cloud delivery mechanisms. So they're looking at reducing TCO, the total cost of ownership of their IT infrastructure, They're moving more and more from a CapEx-based model for buying their own hardware to more of an OpEx-based model and a pay-as-you-use model. Now, what we want our data centers to be, and what they are today to a large extent already, is the place where enterprises can build those hybrid solutions from. So they can have their own private environment in our data center, a secure cage, their data center in our data center. They can connect to all of the public platforms which are present in their data center, or they can access from our data center. They can connect to private cloud providers where they can scale and make use of the elasticity offerings some of these make. They can interconnect with the right network providers. So by being in a data center like ours, you have a great opportunity to not only increase your performance of your application and content, but also reduce your total cost of ownership of the solution, because you can optimally use all the players which are inside a data center and connect and click into them straight away.
Well, great. Well, thanks so much, Vincent.
You're welcome, Carrie.
Thanks so much for joining us.